Hello, what is up guys? I'm here today, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Crimson Desert World Gameplay Premiere trailer here that just went live last night. So we'll go through and pick out all of the interesting things that I saw in this trailer as somebody who's played a lot of Black Desert made by the same company, Pearl Abyss, and try and give you a general understanding or idea of what's going on with this trailer. As the super majority of this video will be from the gameplay trailer, do note we are using it under a fair use with the intent to provide additional information and context on the trailer as it appeared in the actual release. Do want to note that the full trailer is available in the description below from the game makers themselves, and I would also highly recommend watching that before you watch this video because I'm going to be breaking it up, jumping all over the place to try and show you different aspects of this trailer that I picked out. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it and let's take a look at the trailer. Alright, so the first minute of the trailer is basically just showing off the different photorealistic landscapes that you can encounter in the game, and I'm going to be honest with you, having played Black Desert, if we go ahead and pop into it, and just go ahead and look at it in the Ultra game settings. So this is the Ultra settings, highest graphics available in Black Desert. It honestly doesn't look too different graphically. If we hop back into the trailer at the desert area, you can see the water rippling and everything going on. You can see the housing and all it looks. Maybe if we go to one that's a little bit closer up shot of the different cities and whatnot, and hit the play button on it over here to make it go a little bit faster, normal speed, you can see the graphical quality that you're dealing with over here in the game. If we go ahead and pause it, swap back into Black Desert on Ultra, it looks pretty darn similar. Obviously the frame rate's not so amazing here on the ultra high settings here, but it's not a huge difference. Now the actual fun of this trailer analysis begins at the 57-second mark. The first thing I want to point out is that you can see that the NPCs, as well as what I believe to be the main character based on watching the rest of the trailer here, are leaving footprints in the snow, so your player can interact with the game world based on the actual conditions of it, which is pretty cool. You'll see this a lot going forward in this trailer as well. So jumping on ahead to the 106 mark, you can see that we have living worlds. So we got NPCs that are working in the fields. We got NPCs walking around the different locations in the markets here. So it is a living sort of world. Once again, this is the wind effect interacting with the plants and the grass and the stuff. And here's a point where I want to pause. So go ahead and watch the horse walking animation here. It looks pretty well put together. If we go ahead and hop back into Black Desert and I try to ride my horse, you can see that it is not as clean of animations on the horse walking. At the 125 mark in the video, we see the Ghost of Tsushima here, got the leaves flying all around, so that's pretty darn cool. We also get a whole bunch of cutscenes that come out in the next, 30 seconds or so here. So starting from this point all the way up until 207, we're going to get a whole bunch of different cutscenes. I'm going to kind of skip through all of these. It definitely looks like it's a lot more story-driven, though. So at 208, we get, an exploration point-looking thing. It kind of reminds me of the Skyrim sort of areas where you'd go to learn the different shouts and whatnot, the words of power, so interesting little thing, but I think it comes back to this point at the end of the cutscene. Now we get into some actual combat, and this is Sword and Shield gameplay. The Sword and Shield gameplay looks very similar to the Warrior gameplay on the actual Black Desert Online gameplay, and we'll show you some of those animations later on in this little cutscene. And this is a point I want to pause on here at 240. So you're going to see a series of different grapples that have been added into the game as opposed to the normal grabs in Black Desert. So this is the first type of grapple. It is a shoulder charge tackle, and we're going to rewind this and play it a little bit slower. So we've got all these called out in my little notes section over here, but got to drive them into the ground, pull on a blade with your thigh, and stab the guy. And then it actually repeats the same animation here in a second. So it gets a slash attack, chain kill, grapple with its second grapple, down with the knife here. So it's pretty cool. You got chain assassination type stuff like in Assassin's Creed. This is the next grapple. It's a full-on pickup, drive down into the ground. This one is with a two-handed axe weapon in place. It also looks like it transitioned immediately into a melee finisher. At the slower frame rate speed, you can see that the enemy kind of T-pose stood right up and then got executed immediately after. So for the next couple of seconds here, we get to see the UI, and I know this is a really bad spot to freeze the frame here, but when we play it at full speed, it'll look okay. Anyway, enemies do have HP bars above their heads, and you'll see in the next clip that the HP bar indicates different thresholds, it looks like, to the ability to be able to melee execute enemies. So keep an eye on the health bars in the next few clips. Then the other thing I want to point out is that your main UI is down in this bottom left corner. It's very similar to the Ghost of Tsushima in the fact that the UI does not clutter the screen, so they are trying to get you that photorealistic gameplay experience, unless this is just for demoing and prototyping. So the top bar, I do not know what that means. The second bar is very clearly health, based on the next scene that you will see. And it looks like this bottom bar underneath the health bar is your resource bar. If I just go ahead and hit play on this clip, you'll see when he does a lunging attack, it uses that second energy bar, that second resource bar there. So it does look like it is consumed to do some sorts of skills. This is going to be the melee finisher I want to talk about here, though. So you can see that the enemy's health bar did drop below a certain threshold, and then your player did a finisher type attack on them. So just going to go ahead and play through these last clips here at full speed, just so you can see it playing out in normal gameplay right here. But it does look pretty good, pretty clean, the combat, but it is very similar to the Black Desert style combat. So there's the melee finisher. This is like a brutalization attack as well. Pretty darn cool. It is not a stealth attack, though. I do want to point that out, because if we slow this down frame by frame and get the very first frame, you can see the guy has his weapon drawn, and there's also a dude like literally sitting here watching you. So this is like some sort of brutalization finisher or something type attack when you get in behind an enemy. So the next few kills and shots are going to show environmental kills. You can see that fire damages enemies. If you slow down that clip, you'll see that there's a guy burning in it. You can kick people off of cliffs. You also have an ally, it looks like, at some points during this questing and story content, because you can throw enemies into your ally. He goes ahead and grapples them and throws them down to the ground. We also have the ability to use the body shield type of thing you see in other types of games. This is archer gameplay here, so you can have a bow in this game as well, and there's a little bit of gameplay there. So this is the stealth mechanic. We're going to go ahead and pause on it. It looks like you do sort of like a Sixth Sense type of thing, like in Assassin's Creed or Ghost of Tsushima or those types of games, where you can kind of get an idea of different clues and things around you in the game world. I think it's that type of mechanic, not entirely sure, but that's what it sure as heck seems like. And you're actually going to notice, and you probably already have noticed, there's a lot of similarities to those Assassin's Creed type games to this one. So anyway, continuing along here, we have this magical ice shield thing that spawned. I'm pretty sure that that is like a puzzle or something, because this is a whole series of different puzzles that are going to play through here that you have to make your way through. So pretty interesting little bit there. This looks like a dueling system, so if we go ahead and rewind that, you can see that we're fighting somebody in the city streets. All the NPCs are watching. There's people cheering in the background. So it definitely seems like it's something that's staged and is going to happen inside of the game. This chains right into the next clip here, where we got ourselves riding a dragon, so that is what's happening there in case you couldn't pick it out the first time through. This looks like more story content as well, where you're just going to get trapped in a cave or something and have to find your way out, because it goes right into you playing Spider-Man. They knew you couldn't get a PlayStation 5, so they said, here, play this. Now we have animals in the environment that can go ahead and kill you and attack you. Right there, though, that's an interesting one. If you look at the animation for fighting against the wolf coyote looking thing here, it looks like he's got you pretty darn good, and then you break its neck. So it's probably like a quick time event type thing that happens that you have to deal with. Hit the buttons in the right sequence or order in order to get out of that little situation right here. Here we have another Dark Souls boss. This is going to be a whole series of Dark Souls looking bosses. Got Assassin Man jumping down. You got Zeus throwing lightning bolts at you. And then there are more boss fights, it looks like, that are going to come out as well during this. So this just looks like another cutscene, a couple series of cutscenes, villages getting attacked and all of that cool stuff that you're used to seeing in these types of medieval games. So right here at 429, this is just straight up a warrior animation. This is the spinning slash animation from the warrior. So we're going to go ahead and show you the animation in the video clip, and then jump onto my warrior and try and get the camera angle exactly right here. And then just hit the same button. It's literally just the same skill. So once again, playing it back, the spinning slash blade down over the top. So here's some more Dark Souls boss fighting action. You got like a gargoyle looking thing here. Got this thing, you're jumping on its back and trying to kill it. So you got a lot of boss type content there. This is the air combat looking stuff. I don't know how we rode the dragon into this fire mass. Probably some story content as well. But definitely interesting. And then this is going to be the end of the trailer. So this looks like that place that was at the start where you walked into it. Some dude's going to spawn here at the end, and your guy's going to draw the blade. Spoiler alert if you didn't already watch it, which once again, I recommend watching it the first time through. So that's it for the trailer itself, guys. We've gone through all of the content in here. The only other thing of importance is winter 2021 is the time frame for release, winter of 2021. Now, I'm going to assume winter of 2021 means December 2021 because, like, it's winter here still, and 2021 starts in, like, 15, 20 days. So, yeah, I definitely think it's, like, next year winter. But, hey, you never know. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. So we took a look at the trailer, picked out everything that I thought was interesting inside of that trailer. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments section below. Once again, the full trailer is linked in the description. It's right at the top. Please check it out. Please watch their content. It's a lot better when you watch it at full speed. It looks really, really good. Also, the website for Crimson Desert is also included here. And one more thing to mention, that this contains no sponsored content. Your boy Evil Do Us Harm doesn't take sponsorships. Personally, I'm pretty excited for it. As you know, I love Black Desert. I really enjoy this game. I wish there was more single-player content to it, and it looks like they're literally just making a single-player Black Desert. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please consider it. You'll stay up to date with new Black Desert as well as Crimson Desert news as it comes out. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you at the next live stream over on Twitch, the next YouTube video, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.